Yo, we back with another one. So y'all already know Sean Kingston is a habitual thief. Goddamn it, yeah. He been scheming and scamming since day one. You know what I'm saying? So he out of jail now or whatever, but he's still facing them charges. And Sean Kingston been doing a lot of scheming and scamming for a long time. So we finna get into this video, man, and check this video out. Talking about how Sean Kingston was doing all this goddamn scamming and scheming and all that he was doing and all that he had going on. You know? So let's go.
Kingston was arrested in San Bernardino County just hours after his mother was arrested during a SWAT raid of their Florida home.
Kingston used his name and celebrity status to scam people out of products and services, never paying for them.
Back in September 2021, we posted a video called The Shady Side of Sean Kingston. The video was created using our original, classier format. And now that Sean has found himself in some more mess, we decided to give this topic a bit of an update. In addition to rediscussing the alleged scams Sean and his family have been involved with, we have even more information about all the tomfoolery that led to his mama getting her wig snatched. Got your bald head bum out.
Damn. Damn, Mama Kingston, why they ain't let... Hold on, man. Hold on. Why they snatched Mama Kingston out the crib like that? They couldn't let her get her hair on straight or put her hair on straight? They bogus as hell. That's crazy. Back to these scams, though.
Out here looking crazy. You should be ashamed of yourself. Before we jump into today's video, don't forget to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of applewood smoked bacon jerky, watermelon licorice, and gummy sour peach rings. Eat it. You know I'm trying to eat it. Keyshawn Paul Anderson, who the hell is Keyshawn? Better known as Sean Kingston, was born in Miami, Florida on February 13, 1990. He and his two siblings were primarily raised by their mother, Janice Turner. Around the age of 5 or 6, his family moved to Kingston, Jamaica. Sean told Blues and Soul website that while in Jamaica, he got to connect with his grandfather, the legendary Jamaican producer Jack Ruby, who worked with Bob Marley and Burning Spear. Sean also claimed to be the nephew of an iconic dancehall artist, Buju Banton. About 3 years later, his family returned to the States. According to the Miami New Times, Sean was displaying behavioral issues by constantly fighting and getting tossed out of school. With no other options, his mom sent him to a 5-week boot camp in Orlando. Sean said the experience made him a better person, and the strict schedule provided him with the structure he really needed. But upon his release from boot camp, he continued doing hood rat stuff with his friends. So he was sent back and forth between Miami and Ocho Rios, Jamaica, where he had relatives. As his mom noticed his desire to create music was getting stronger, she purchased him the equipment he needed to make his dreams come true. See that? Even though you was a badass, your mama still came through for you. Right before his 15th birthday, his mom was sentenced to 2.5 years in a federal prison for tax evasion and bank fraud.
Like mama, like son, goddammit. Mama a habitual scammer too, goddamn shit. Oh man, tax evasion, the sub of everything else, goddammit. The whole family scamming, goddammit. That's where he got it from.
Oh, Lord, not the mama. What in the Lord. Lock her up. His sister was somehow connected to the case and was sentenced to probation. However, after his...
And they done got the sister locked up too? Damn, no wonder the police did it right. I was wondering at first, like, look, man, I ain't never seen nobody get a raid for stealing and scamming and being a thief, like the way they went to Sean Kingston house. But I mean, looking at it now, I understand shit. Everybody done stole something. What were the mama, the sister, the daddy, the granddaddy, goddamn, they was a family tree of habitual thieves, goddamn. Let's go.
His sister failed to answer her phone while she was under court-ordered monitoring. She was locked up for 4 months. The family that scams together stays together, okay? While his mom and sister were away, their family lost everything. Sean told Blues and Soul website he went to live with other family members. His behavior got even worse until he decided it was best to live on his own. He was homeless for a while and cut grass and performed other odd jobs in order to make extra cash. He also focused more on making music because he knew that was the only way he could save his family. After getting cheated on by a girl he described as the most beautiful girl in school, he wrote the song Beautiful Girls and began reaching out to various musicians on MySpace. Sean told MTV he messaged Dr. Dre and Swizz Beatz, but they blew him off.
Beat it ass shit.
He also contacted producer J.R. Rodham. He copy-pasted the same message to J.R. 5 times per day until J.R. finally responded. J.R. gave him the runaround for a minute, but when Sean moved with his brother out to L.A., he contacted J.R. again and asked if they could meet up. J.R. finally allowed Sean to audition for him. He signed to J.R.'s Beluga Heights record label and released his self-titled debut album in 2007. The album was packed with multiple bops, including Beautiful Girls. You're way too beautiful, girl.
Hey, I ain't gonna let him keep it real with y'all. That's the only Sean Kingston song I know, goddamn. Beautiful Girl, that's it. I don't know no other Sean Kingston songs.
The song peaked at #1 on several charts and was certified 2 times platinum in the US. As of this video, the music video has more than 1 billion views on YouTube. But straight out of the gate, people were very suspicious of Sean. There were a lot of holes in his life story, and people were a bit put off by his Jamaican accent.
Well, go on, it's your boy Sean Kingston.
Sean,
Damn, he faked his accent? Come on, man. Come on, man. The man done scammed his way to the top. He done faked his accent. He got it from his family, man. I can't even blame him. Whole family full of habitual thieves and scammers. This is crazy.
Auntie Regina help you out with the accent, okay? Y'all mom, it go like that. Try it, you try it.
Sean was always quick to talk about his grandfather, Jack, and all the advice he had given him. Sean said, he'd often sit me down and just be like, yo, this industry is crazy and you gotta keep focused. You gotta keep God first. In a subsequent interview with MTV, Sean said he would go to the studio with his grandfather and they would vibe out together. He also said he had a front row seat to witness how his grandfather created songs for so many musical legends. Come to find out, it was all a lie.
Yeah.
This nigga lied on his granddaddy. How you lie on your granddaddy? You weren't even in the studio. Hey, he never even met his granddaddy. This man, granddaddy died before he was even born. Oh my God, this is crazy, man.
What in the bombo plot?
Jack passed away in 1989, and Sean was born 1 year later in 1990. There's absolutely no way he was in the studio with his grandfather, or even having the conversations he claimed they had.
What in the line for no damn reason is going on here? Y'all know what probably happened though. He probably just imagined times that he would have liked to have with his grandfather. And you know how sometimes when you imagine stuff, reality gets away from you, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure when he was being interviewed, he was like, hell, here I am telling my damn fantasy. This ain't reality.
His second album, Tomorrow, was released in 2009 and included features by Wyclef Jean and Good Charlotte. At this point, his mom and sister had been released from behind bars, and Sean was ready to share his newfound wealth with them. According to the Miami New Times, he splurged on a Bentley for his mom and bought her a new house. Perhaps Sean leaped into purchasing lavish items too quickly, because following the release of his second album, things began to unravel.
Say it with me, nieces and nephews. Here we go. Here we go.
He finally confessed that he wasn't related to Buju Banton.
Dirty liar. Dirty.
And he lied about being related to Buju Banton too. Damn. That's a 10 on the doodle meter for a fact. You know that's a 10 on the doodle meter. Ain't this nigga done lied about everything, man. Is there any truth to this dude? Who is this dude?
A liar.
And then in 2010, a 19-year-old woman accused him and some of his associates of taking advantage of her in a Seattle hotel room.
Oh, they had a
Sean
freak
admitted
off.
they had an encounter, but he said it was consensual.
He had a freak off.
Eventually, the charges were dropped due to the accuser's
Diddy.
inconsistent story. And then in 2011, while riding a jet ski with a woman in Miami, Sean miscalculated how high the tide had risen and ended up colliding with a bridge while going 35 miles per hour. He and the woman were catapulted into the water, and Sean was knocked unconscious. He was diagnosed with a torn aorta and had to undergo emergency open heart surgery. He spent 11 days in the hospital. From there, it seemed like trouble followed him wherever he went. In February 2012, the IRS slapped his silly self with a bill for $131,000 in unpaid taxes. According to TMZ, the IRS also obtained a lien on his property, meaning he would...
Now, you would think because your mama got in trouble for tax evasion that you would already know not to be even playing with the IRS like that. But apparently, because they whole family been scheming and scamming anyway, he ain't care.
lose the home if he didn't pay up. 2 months later, in April 2012, after falling behind on his and his sister's Maserati payments, the finance company ordered him to pay $3,500 in back payments plus an additional $29,000 for the remaining balance on his leases.
Ooh, you're making my head hurt, Sean. Pay your damn bill.
Thankfully for Sean, he was able to pay in time to avoid having the vehicles repossessed. 2012 was a crazy year, but 2013 was about to be even worse.
Lord, let me top off this margarita and grab me a plate of jerk chicken, because I know this is about to be some mess, honey.
Remember the woman who accused Sean and his associates of taking advantage of her in a Seattle hotel room? Even though criminal charges were dropped, the woman still filed a $5 million civil lawsuit against Sean, his bodyguard, and a band member. The woman said her life had been ruined following the encounter. Sean settled with her out of court. Sources told TMZ he didn't settle because he was guilty. He settled because he was about to go on tour and didn't want anything to prevent him from focusing on his music.
Excuse me, but didn't Diddy's lawyer say the same damn thing? That he didn't settle with Cassie because he was guilty. And then the feds kicked in Diddy's doors, and then that hotel video dropped. You know what? Me no business, me no business.
Sean released his third album, Back to Life, in September 2013. The album featured several popular musicians, including Nicki Minaj, T.I., Chris Brown, and 2 Chainz, to name a few. Unfortunately, the album wasn't as successful as the first two. Many suspected that as his
named all them artists that was on there, and that shit went triple plastic.
popularity decreased, Sean's money dried the hell up as well. In March 2014, TMZ reported that his G-Wagon and Bentley were repossessed after he fell behind on payments. 5 months later, a New York jeweler slapped him with a lawsuit for failure to pay for jewelry Sean obtained from them from 2008 through 2013. A judge later sided in the jeweler's favor and awarded the company a default judgment of $356,000. With people convinced he was brokety broke, Sean told Gulf News website, people don't see the story behind it, so they just see on TMZ that Sean Kingston is being sued for jewelry. He's broke. How am I broke?
Shut your broke ass.
TMZ won't put up the fact that I just bought the house for $8 million, and I actually asked them to, but they'll put up these lawsuits to sell this idea that I'm broke.
Shut your broke ass.
Then came November 2015. A Los Angeles-based company accused Sean of owing them $225,000 for a watch. According to TMZ, Sean stopped making payments on the watch because he didn't think it was worth the amount the company charged him.
Even and scheming.
And then there was a jeweler in Florida who sold Sean a Rolex watch worth $59,000. Sean paid for some.
All right, now look, my whole thing is, why you keep going to these side jewelers when you know they gonna sue you anyway? See, look, Sean Kingston can't go to the real jewelers because word on the street, they done banned his they done banned him already. Like, his name got so bad in the jewelry world, he couldn't go hit up the last big person he probably hit up was Johnny Dang. Johnny Dang say he still owe him too. But he had to go deal with all these little side jewelry people, man. And let me tell y'all something. It might be some good ones out there or some good watch collectors out there or something like that or whatever. But let me tell you something, man. If I want a Rolex, I'm going in a Rolex store. I'm not meeting you at your apartment. I'm not meeting you at a coffee shop. I'm not meeting you at a side store that sell Geneva watches next to the Rolexes. No, I'm going to a real Rolex store if I want a Rolex. Sean Kingston can't do that because his name too bad. He on a ban list with all the real jewelers. So I know y'all probably thinking like how he owe all these different jewelers money. It's because most of them is like side jewelers. You know what I'm saying? So they get the item, they charge what they want for it. That's how a lot of rappers end up with a lot of fake stuff. No, I need it directly from the store. I need all the packaging. I need all the paperwork, everything.
some of it, but skipped out on the balance of $25,000. A judge later ordered Sean to pay up.
Pay them people, Sean, with your broke ass.
While all that was going on and Sean was down bad, he opened up his doors to Safari.
What in the bombo clot?
In an Instagram post, Safari expressed his gratitude for Sean taking him in after he went broke in 2016. Safari wrote, "I was living with Sean."
Hold up. So Justin Bieber and Usher went to Diddy house. Safari went to Sean Kingston house. They can't teach you over there. They can't teach you nothing over there but how to scam. That's how Safari got back on his feet. He went to Sean Kingston about. He said, "Oh, y'all making this money, yeah, man, count me in." Next thing you know, he getting robbed for his ice, and you know what I'm saying. And I get stuck up for his jewelry. But I don't hurt nobody. I don't do nothing to nobody. Yeah, you scheming and scamming too, goddamn.
Kingston for almost 2 years. I am grateful to this man and his family. At one of my lowest times in life, he held me down like no other.
Well, that's one link up Auntie Regina didn't have on her bingo card.
In July 2016, Sean had his chain snatched at a West Hollywood club. Sources told TMZ the chains were worth an estimated $300,000. Rumors spread that Meek Mill accused some of the game's affiliates of being involved in the chain snatching, which started a big, messy social media beef. But in the end, the case was closed because Sean stopped cooperating with authorities. You would think Sean would avoid expensive jewelry and stock up on some fake and more affordable bling, but that wasn't the case. In January 2017, a New York jewelry company claimed Sean and his mom agreed to pay $302,000 for 9 high-end pieces. According to the company, Sean paid for the items with 2 checks.
And then mama just ain't learned nothing. Like, you already got previous fraud charge. You already done had problems with trying to defraud the IRS and all. You already been doing this. He got it. We still finna go over budget. What they charge for the wife? Oh, they want $500. All right, we finna give them $200. We'll just owe them we'll move around. We'll just owe them the $3. Like, come on, man, this is insane.
That later bounced. The judge issued a default judgment in favor of the jeweler. Around this time, people started to notice that Sean was becoming more popular for his legal issues than his music. No one was even surprised when it was reported that he got into it with the Migos in Las Vegas, and one of Sean's associates got locked up for firing a shot in the air during the commotion.
Sit your ass down somewhere, wasting them damn bullets.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. Sean was back to his old ways in 2017 when a Florida jeweler accused him of bouncing a check he used to purchase a Rolex. The jeweler tried to collect the debt for 4 years, and when he was unsuccessful, he took the matter to court. The results of the case are unknown. Sean was quiet for a few years and stayed out of the news until December 2020, when a warrant was issued for his arrest after he failed to pay a $45,000 jewelry tab.
Ninja, just go to K Jewelers, hell.
While all that was going on, his fans wondered if he'd ever have time to drop another album.
Bruh, and I ain't gonna lie. You know, a lot of these jewelers, you know, some of them compete, but some of them talk to each other too. They all probably got up together like, you know, Sean Kingston don't pay. All right, I'm gonna try to sell him some. He don't pay me out, I'm just gonna sue him. I'm gonna sue him too. I'm suing him too. Now, the crazy part about it is, me, if I'm one of the jewelers and I know he ain't been paying everybody else, I'm not finna sell him nothing. I ain't gonna even, nah, bro, you bad business. I can't sell you nothing. I can't do no business with you. But what it sounded like they did was knew for a fact that he wasn't gonna pay, and they get to make more money on the back end by suing, because now you gotta pay for the cost of the item, you gotta pay for their lawyers, you gotta pay for interest if they tack that on. So that's what it seemed like the game they tried to run on him with the jewelers. But he was scheming and scamming more than just jewelry though.
Sean told Billboard he got caught up in some bad situations and he was stuck in a bad record deal that he signed when he was young and naive. He said, "I signed a lot of contracts. I was hungry. I didn't know about the music industry like that." For those who thought he fell off, he disagreed. While his music was on hold, he wrote for other artists, including his friend Chris Brown. His plan was to go the independent route, so after getting some good lawyers in his corner, he was able to get his career back on track. He started his own label, Time is Money Entertainment. In 2023, he dropped his comeback album, Road to Deliverance, after a 10-year hiatus. Unfortunately for Sean, no one was checking for his music anymore.
I know the hell I wasn't. Hell, I didn't even know the damn album came out.
Instead of dominating the charts, some crazy allegations made headlines. In November 2023, Sean was accused of punching and pulling a weapon out on a music video director who had been staying in his Los Angeles home. The two reportedly got into a disagreement after Sean became frustrated the video director couldn't remember the name of an app to transfer over some of Sean's video files. A rep for Sean told TMZ that the allegations were false. That same month, a lawsuit was wrapping up against Sean and a jeweler who claimed he stiffed them for $1 million worth of watches.
Not again.
The jeweler claimed they flew from Malaysia to Sean's house in LA to hand deliver the watches.
So we had to start scamming people outside the country. Everybody at the jeweler.
That's crazy that you done messed up with so many jewelers that now you scamming the overseas jewelers. That's wild. That's wild, bro. That's why they done tried to confiscate that man property and all that. Everything on there, he probably owed money. He probably still owe money on the crib too.
Convention in the U.S. was like, don't sell to Sean Kingston.
Sean promised to send the payment via wire transfer. Sean later told the jeweler his initial wire was rejected because it was flagged by his bank due to the large amount being wired overseas. From there, Sean came up with a bunch of other excuses until Sean eventually stopped responding to the jeweler entirely. Because Sean failed to show up in court, the jeweler demanded a $1 million default judgment in November 2023. That brings us to May 23, 2024, when Sean's Southwest Ranches, Florida home was raided. Sean wasn't there at the time, but his mom was arrested, and her mugshot was plastered all over the internet.
But she was scamming too.
Down lace front. Her head big as hell, ain't it?
Cops alleged that over a 6-month period, Sean and his mom stole almost $500,000 in jewelry, more than
Over 6 months. They stole over $500,000 worth of jewelry. This is the biggest scammer in hip hop. This is the biggest scammer we've seen thus far. He got to be. I don't know nobody else that done got away that many times. Like, this is crazy.
$200,000 from Bank of America, $160,000.
Bro, they took 400. Okay. I see what's going on here. Y'all took 400,000 from Bank of America? Are y'all going to jail? Hey, that's why the feds involved. Okay, I see what happened. Okay, y'all said, well, we finna steal somebody from the bank. Now, the craziest thing to me is, all Sean Kingston had to do was go write some more hits. But it's easier to scam. It's easier to fraud. So that's the route they went. And his mama was in on it. And that's the route she went. And so she put him in on it. You see what I'm saying? But when you're using checks and wires and all that does is, you know what I'm saying, leave a trail of evidence. But, you know, it is what it is.
$1,000 from a car dealer, $100,000 from First Republic Bank, and $86,000 for
Y'all done took from Republic Bank to, oh man, y'all cooked.
A customized bed. His mom posted a $160,000 bond and was released a few days later.
I know she had the money. Hell, they done stole all the money from the banks.
During the raid, the authorities confiscated several items, including a giant LED TV screen worth over $100,000. A few hours after the raid, Sean was performing a show in California. After stepping off the stage, he was immediately apprehended.
Now look at him. Don't his face look like, don't Sean Kingston's face look like a loaf of bread? Like the loaf of bread you don't want at the store, goddamn. Like you just pick it up, look at it, and then shove it back on the rack. That's how the loaf of bread head.
As of this video, Sean has waived his rights to fight extradition in California and has agreed to go back to Florida, where he and his mother are facing 10 charges of theft and fraud. In a statement to the LA Times, his lawyer stated, "We deny all of the allegations and look forward to trying this case to a Florida jury."
Listen, man, that jewelry that could be worked out with some interest payments and all that. That money y'all stole from the bank, though, them bankers finna prosecute y'all to the fullest extent. Ain't no getting around that y'all stole that money from the bank. So if it's true, y'all got Bank of America for $400K, and if y'all got the Republic Bank for over $100K, y'all finna do some jail time. So I'll get down in the comment box, man. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Boot. I'm out.